Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad that you've joined me today because we're going to keep on getting recipes out of this wonderful cookbook from Vick Baptist Church in Vick, Louisiana. I'm sorry, my allergies are acting up. And so I read it through and through. One recipe that I saw in two places in the book is squash dressing. And I thought, this is such a wonderful recipe for this time of year whenever there's so much squash and it's beautiful and you want to cook it in different ways, right? So that's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to make squash dressing. And we have a couple of little substitutions that I think you're going to enjoy having, because then if you need to make the substitutions yourself at home, you can do it. So what I have in here is 2 cups, maybe a tiny bit more, but 2 cups of cooked squash. And then I have green onion, and I have a little bit of sage that came out of our gardens. Fresh, I know it's so tiny, but anyway, it's so pretty. And I never have been, nor was my mama, a big sage user when she made cornbread dressing. But fresh, it's got the most wonderful aroma and flavor. So that's what I'm kind of halfway trying it. It's kind of halfway there so that I can keep it because it's really plentiful. And because I didn't add any regular onion, which one of the recipes call for regular onion and one just called for green onions, which really, to be honest, I like because, I just go back to when my mama made dressing, she always used a lot of green onion, and I always felt like that was so flavorful. So I'm going to use just a touch of onion powder though. So if you don't want to cut up an onion or don't have an onion, you just want to use green onions, just use a touch of onion powder to enhance that flavor. Now, it also called for cream of chicken soup, and both recipes said cream of chicken. I only had cream of mushroom, and I'm big on using what you have in your pantry. So what I'm going to do to it is I'm going to add just a little bit of chicken base. You get this powdered chicken base. So I'm just going to add, let's see, maybe, here, I'll get it out to show you. Maybe about a half a teaspoon of this chicken base, and then that will make it taste, it'll give it that chickeny flavor that cream of chicken soup does. And I don't know, I just thought about that this morning whenever I was looking to get all of my ingredients out. And I thought, man, that would be great. Now, one recipe called for 1 cup of this soup. A can is 10 ounces, so it's just like 2 ounces more. So what we're going to do is we're going to just test it. Now, you also need to use 2 cups of cornbread, which I just love, cooked cornbread. And once again, that's exactly what my mama used in her dressing. And then I'm going to add a little bit of our Dana Dash. Get it on our website. It's be great for this summer for all your barbecue needs and all your chicken needs. And then I have new garlic and butter seasoning. We're going to add a little bit of that because who doesn't like garlic and butter? And then I have 1 stick of melted butter. Going to stir that around, see how it goes. Y'all, I am so excited about this because this is such a great addition to any meal. You need sometimes the sides are what you just kind of think, I've made this and I've made potatoes and I've made baked potatoes and I just want something a little bit different. And then this is great because it's using up all these beautiful fresh vegetables that we have now. So here it is. Look how pretty it looks, y'all. So now I'm going to add the cream of mushroom soup with a little bit of chicken base. Let's see how that goes. Now, one recipe called for adding 2 eggs. And I know a lot, and I think actually my Aunt Sophie added eggs to her dressing, maybe even my grandmother. But Mama never did. So let's see. Let's do all this together and see. Now I'm going to bake it in a 350 oven for about 30 minutes until it gets nice and warm and nice and hot actually, and all mixed together. And then, you know, you can sprinkle some chives on top, sprinkle some pretty celery leaves on top, just whatever you want to serve it. But it's going to be a beautiful dish. Look at that beautiful yellow color. Okay, let's see. I am going to add an egg. I'm going to add one beaten egg. And what an egg does, it just kind of binds it really well. And so we're going to do it. We'll see. I think it's just going to be beautiful. And it does it. It's so nice and shiny, isn't it? I hope y'all are all doing great. Thank you so much for following me on Instagram and subscribing on YouTube and playing my videos, sharing my videos. If you comment, that helps. I just appreciate each and every one of y'all more than I can ever say. So thank you. And I hope that you're having a happy summer and that you have some wonderful plans for the 4th of July. Isn't it an exciting year for the 4th of July? Okay, just a little bit more. I don't even know that it needs this, but I'm going to add just a little bit more cream of mushroom soup. And y'all, this is going to taste so good because it's got fresh squash in it, cornbread. It's going to be like a very nice and hearty vegetable dish in the middle of summer. I don't know, I've kind of gone back to, you know, thinking that all these wonderful recipes that we have for holidays, we make them once a year. So I've kind of gone to the thought process that why don't we just make something more than once a year if your family really loves it. And how wonderful and surprised they are whenever they see it on the table or smell it cooking. They know what it is and they will enjoy it. Okay, so here it is in our baking dish. Squeeze it out to fit. Now you can use, this is a 9 by 12. You can use a 9 by 12 or a square 9 by 9 pan and it'll work. Either one will be good. And it really does look like a dressing, y'all. You know, last year, y'all remember I made that oyster dressing and made a video of it, and we had it twice. We had it when I made it, and then we had it again for the actual holiday. And I'm telling y'all, that's one of the best recipes I have. I'm so excited that I actually did it. So here is our beautiful squash casserole. Not squash casserole, squash dressing. Now casserole is a lot like this, but you add cheese and some different things. So this is going to be a different flavor profile for your family, and I think they're just going to absolutely love it. So I'm going to bake it, I'll pull it out, and I'll show you how beautiful it is and how yummy it tastes in a little bit. Okay, y'all, it's all cooked, but first I want to show you these beautiful tomatoes straight from Louisiana from my sweet friend Tim Kelly's garden. He's a wonderful gardener, and when they come this time of year, he always brings me some, so we're all excited. We're gonna have tomato sandwiches for lunch. So here is our beautiful squash dressing. It looks very rich and yummy, and it's such a beautiful color. And like I said, you can add some you know, some green onions to the top, or some, just anything you want to make it even more delicious. I will in a minute. It's so hot right now that it's like steamy hot. See? It's steamy hot. I don't know if I can taste it or not. I'll try.
I hope they don't swallow many, don't you?
Hot. Hot, hot. But super delicious. So here you go, y'all. Squash dressing from Vick, Louisiana, Vick Baptist Church, in their new cookbook. 2 different recipes, but they're both almost the same. Y'all need to make this with your extra squash, because you and your family are just gonna love it. Squash dressing. Bon appetit, y'all.